Hello, Lucent Souls. Welcome to the 8th Bayou. A subtle realization may be approaching. I believe I see the thread that found you in this moment, the wound, so don't flinch. With the wound, it reveals what still bleeds energetically and what has sealed. It's the medicine of remembering what survived the breaking. It's also a mirror of compassion for self and lineage. So if something has been aching without words, this thread may help you name it and begin to reclaim what it took. 1515, the big break. Innovation, focus, creation, progress, forward movement, skills, and goals. An opportunity help extra cash or other support is coming your way. Ching, ching, ching on the money tree. So keep going and have fun when performing your tasks. The most tremendous success comes from passion. All efforts will be rewarded big time. 1515. I mean, it could be military time. I see the 15th, the date of the 15th. Maybe something in 2015 is coming up right now. The 11th year mark for it. Age, when you were 15. The 1915s. House numbers. Oh, we're on a roll. I don't know. Buttons came up. Buttons. I have no idea about that. But if there's like a number like centimeters or sizes or millimeters. Anyways. Know that this reading is most likely for you. Buttons. I'm gonna have to Google to see why. And I'm talking about buttons with like 4 little holes. Coraline came up to mind. Yeah. Well, we'll leave it there. All right, we have confidence. So never allow anyone to try to confuse your confidence with arrogance. Confidence is a trait to be admired, not feared or punished. So the big break. You may come into something, and then if someone tries to block you or is in the way or witnesses your amazing transformation, I feel like they're going to attack your confidence. Because if you were waiting for 15 or 11 years, like I was saying, that's something to be really excited about, right? So could you imagine if somebody was literally hoping you wouldn't succeed for the last 11 years, how they would act? Ugh. I see January 5, November 5th. Yeah. Beautiful. We're really starting off like this. It's psychopath, abusive, conniving, unpredictable. I mean, was I not just talking about someone who literally has been preying on your downfall all this time? That's crazy that people actually get up to look forward to make other people miserable. All right, daydreaming. Head in the clouds, delusion, hopes and dreams. You know how I see this card sometimes as twins, sometimes self-reflection. When someone is just like you and they're still jealous and they still envy and they still do all that stuff, is crazy to me. But it happens more often than you think. So puzzled, confused, perplexed, conflicted. Harmony, balance, peace, happiness. Toxic. This is your big break, by the way, okay? This is so many opportunities for you. But we still got toxic drama, arguments, incompatible. I think you're realizing the wolf in sheep's clothing, and you probably make a decision like, wow, I think it stops here. Nurturing, mentorship, wisdom, giving back at the bottom of the deck. You seem fine to me. You seem fine to me. But this person has been confusing and puzzling your daydreaming. And I don't know how many times you've experienced harmony, happiness, balance, or peace. But I feel like when you do and when you get there, you're going to start questioning, like, why doesn't this happen more often? Because all the toxic and drama is like right around the corner. Like, you're like, oh, I came from a field of mushrooms, but they were all toxic. And you don't realize that until you're like by another environment, like a lake or sand or trees. Like, wow, it doesn't do that to me here. It's not toxic over here. So maybe I don't have to live this way. Maybe it doesn't have to be this way. What's that story that's popping up in my head? It's the people in the cave, how they've been there their whole entire life, never stepped out the cave, always saw the shadows, made up stories, and never left the cave until someone just was curious and, I believed, escaped and realized the shadows were nothing. It was a life out there causing these shadows. And when they went back to go tell everyone to, this is all a lie, go see for yourself, they still believed and they stayed right there. So they had your belief system all messed up, is what I'm trying to say. And you go out, I don't know as far as going back and saving people, but you go out and realize that that cave was so small and you didn't have to. And as much as that's like a fable tale, I do think things come from something eventually. You didn't get it from nothing. And yeah, in some universe parallel timeline, there was a whole group of people who lived in an actual cave and never left. Yeah. Before there was a word to it, before there was doctors, before there was psychiatric care, before there was mental health talked about, before there was rights and laws and rules, and like when people were just existing. There was people self-putting them into a cave and living that way. Sorry to rant. Ugh. So broken, shattered, heartbroken, destroyed. Well, they're clearly going to make you feel guilty the moment you try to do for yourself as expected. Because up until now, they were reaping all the damn benefits. Bitterness, resentment, anger, hurtful words, calling you stupid for thinking like that. Yeah, right. Dismissing it. Oh my gosh. Just poison. Chemistry, attraction, spark, passion. Like you were really dismissing this abuse, this verbal abuse or mental manipulation as a form of chemistry because that's what they wanted you to believe. And then we have conflict, decisions, hot, cold, multiple choices. I'm telling you, you're going to start your mind's going to start thinking and you won't be able to make it stop. And now this bell can't be unrung, and I'm sure it's going to be a conflict for this person. I'm sure it's going to be hot and cold, probably make you feel bad, all that good stuff. But this is you waking up. The beauty, charming, graceful, kind-hearted. Is that how toxic is packaged for you? Through beauty and charm and grace and kindness? I'm surprised the narcissistic card didn't come out. Exhaustion, depletion, drain, long journey. Either way, you went off this train. You went off this train. It's already becoming too complicated. The big break may be just you waking up, let alone actual opportunities. In fact, once you start waking up, I think that's when all these opportunities are coming, and you're just like, wow, wonder, curiouser and curiouser, you know? And they can't. They've already lost you. They've already lost you at, All right, let's jump into some traditional tarot. I love this deck. Like, it just reminds me of something that has been cherished for so long. An antique. That's what it looks like. All right. Yeah, emotional manipulation, by the way. We knew that. Being drained, making sure you have no time to regroup or think. So where you are emotionally and spiritually, grieving. Yeah, this is sad. You wasted probably a lot of time, but I wouldn't be too sad over this person. Or maybe you just feel bad that they felt like they had to be that way for you to stay around. True, but they never gave you that option, so we'll never know, right? So the pull, the influencing, what's calling you. I want to say with Three of Pentacles, you want to start something like a business, but they're in the way. So you're being pulled to do something great, but they're in the way. Or maybe this person's making you rely on them as if this worked. So, okay, this is the root, your past experience, your beliefs, your wounds. Justice card in reverse. As expected, this was not working. But don't fear. When things don't work, you always get an opportunity to rewrite it the way you want to. This is where the big break is starting. This is just so much. This is so much static right here. So what is life showing you about yourself now? King of Cups. That is the card that flipped. It was just like that. King of Cups in reverse. Emotional abuse, neglect. Like you're battered, you're beaten. And now you're starting to be that way, you know? Like you're just starting to join them. Misery's company kind of vibe happening. All right, so what is unclear? What is hidden? They're not trying to celebrate you. If anything, this whole thing is a failure. And you're nurturing. You're not made for this fight or flight atmosphere, environment. But this is not working. And it would definitely be frowned upon if anyone else catch wind of it. Like isolation I'm getting. No. Like it may have been a daydream in your head of how this was normal, but if anybody really knew what was going on, they'd be upset and would want you out. So what is the pivot? Show us your choices. Temperance in reverse. You are needing to work within. You got to work on that balance, your masculine, feminine energy, get it aligned, figure out who you are, what you want, kind of thing. You got to ask yourself, why did you tolerate this for so long? You need to go within now and look for that harmony, and then as within, so without, okay? So the interference, person, place, or thing, they probably stab you one more time. I hate to say it, but like they'll probably stab you one more time, but that last time is the time that confirmation yawn. Okay, so that last stab is like what catapults you into where you're going. They may think you're a man down, but this is where the healing begins. So what is supporting you, whether you see it or not? You are the high priestess. You always were. They knew it. They knew it. I don't know, I just find it interesting, these two mirroring each other like bipolar opposites. The pillars. Red, blue, you know what I mean? What side of it are you on? And this is like water and fire. It's clashing. Interesting. But you're in your high priestess. It's time to get into your sovereignty. And that's where you're being directed to. So, okay, what are you integrating into? What's the process? Is Nine of Wands, Wounded Warrior. You are tough. And you weren't made to give up easily. So don't beat yourself down for not leaving sooner. This created your grit. And honestly, there's no stopping you after this point. Little do they know, you got 9 wands now. You got so much wisdom behind you. All right. Oh, look at that. The path going forward. The exhaustion of them taking more than they were giving. You're realizing it for the karma. It is the pattern, the cycle that needs to break. The big break. The big break. The big break. The big break. Like, I know this all like seems like beating a dead horse, but there's no going back after this. Every last thing and attempt they do to keep you behind only solidifies that you're never coming back. 2 of Swords at the bottom of the deck in reverse. You've already made this decision. Goodness, confirmation yawn is way... I'm not tired, I promise. That's so weird. You've made the decision intuitively. It got so overwhelming, you made the decision. Either way, there was no stopping this. You were on your way out with time. I mean, they knew they couldn't last forever. You just hope they could. All right, so let's go ahead and grab one card for the road, something to heal from, so we can let this energy that we've unraveled settled. Whew. All right, cunning. You are being called to disguise yourself skillfully. Like a fox hiding in its true intentions in plain sight. The fox cunning lies in its soft exterior while plotting in the shadows. Use careful tactics to keep your actions unnoticed. Yes, you got to move carefully now, because this, I mean, potentially could be awful. So, I mean, I don't really trust this person. So just be careful, tread lightly, get yourself to a safe place. Because this is a lot of toxic. This isn't going to be as easy as just walking out the door. They're not going to allow it. They're going to try to hold on to these swords, even if you know they're a liar now. Okay, great. I don't have to pretend, and you still have to deal with it. Like, what? So tread lightly, plan first. Don't let them know you're onto them, and you got this, okay? If this landed, don't break the frequency just yet. There may be another thread waiting for you on this channel. And if you want more daily frequencies like these, you are welcome to subscribe. Okay, travelers, I see you. Trust what resonates. Stay clear, stay sovereign, stay protected, and I'll see you when the thread finds you again.